Thank you. I want to give a sincere thank you to our distinguished chairman, Chairman Smith, the chairman of the Committee on Science, Space, and Technology, for his work in this Congress and past Congresses to bring this bipartisan package of legislation to the floor. I also want to thank my good friend and colleague, Congressman Perlmutter from Colorado, who has been just an active joint member of moving this forward, and so grateful for your efforts and your work. The DOE Research and Innovation Act contains a number of bipartisan provisions which put in place clear research and development priorities so Americans can maintain our leadership position on the world stage and continue attracting the best and brightest to the only place that they can do this work. While I have the pleasure of representing Fermilab, our nation's only dedicated high-energy physics laboratory, I've also had the opportunity to visit with and meet researchers from across the nation that rely on our national laboratory system to do their work. More than 30,000 researchers a year visit DOE user facilities, such as the Advanced Photon Source at Argonne National Laboratory just outside my district. These facilities are normally operating 24/7 with researchers blocking off time, sometimes just minutes, to use equipment that no one university or business could build or maintain on their own. This is why our national labs are truly the crown jewel in our research ecosystem. The DOE Research and Innovation Act includes key provisions from my prior legislation to improve technology transfer and help get research from the valley of death to a point where the private sector can pick it up and run with it. This legislation also frees up the labs to be more nimble and work more easily with outside entities such as nonprofits and universities. Another provision in this legislation should hopefully be a key priority for the incoming administration. Right now, China not only has the fastest computer in the world, but the two fastest computers in the world. Legislation which this body previously passed and is included in this bill would call on the DOE to carry out a program to build an exascale computer close to the speed of the human brain. The United States computing capabilities have wide-ranging use and applications, and the DOE has led the way in developing this technology. One of the primary missions of the DOE is the maintenance of our current nuclear stockpile. This is largely carried out through complex simulations which require these increasingly powerful machines. But the cross-cutting benefits of this research may have the greatest impact. When the NIH began their work on sequencing the human genome, it was only a moonshot mission that many thought was not yet feasible. Computing facilities at DOE basically proved the concept and allowed this work to be completed. In the area of precision medicine and with the recent passage of the 21st Century Cures, our computing facilities must be tapped to realize the benefits of targeted treatments and cures. Among other research priorities, this legislation also calls on the DOE to resume their low-dose radiation research program. This is something I supported last Congress, working off recommendations from the scientific community to fill the gaps in our knowledge of the human health impacts from low-dose radiation. So I urge all my colleagues to support this important bill, and I thank the chairman and the ranking member for their bipartisan work to begin this Congress by passing pro-growth, pro-science legislation, and I yield back.
Gentleman